Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I'm your host James Pandoff, and tonight we bring you the Dynasty Racing League Cup Series here at Phoenix for 150 laps on this 1-mile track to determine who will be the final 4 drivers heading to Homestead Miami Speedway for a shot at the 2019 championship. Currently underway with qualifying as we take a look at John Mullins, who's currently on track in the number 64 Pennzoil car. Now this is not exactly the real-life version of Phoenix. The start-finish line is still on the front straightaway. You see the 64 drive by it now, so don't expect them to be going all the way around to this little, what is turn 1 and 2. The line is not here where he is now. It is back on that front straightaway that I just mentioned as he's going down into turn 3 now for his first qualifying lap. Let's see what kind of lap time he can run. Rolling through the center 3-4 very well, coming off of turn 4, close to the wall. Good enough for a 25.563. That's currently 5th. Let's see who else is on track. We have Jim Westfield pulling onto the track now. Taking a look at our point standings while we have a chance. This is prior to tonight. We have Logan McAnally, Wade Hustad, Thomas Harmon, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, currently the top 4 drivers who would at this moment advance to Homestead to fight for the championship. However, you see Dustin Musil 9 points back behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin. It's going to be a battle between Dustin Musil and Taylor Butcher Benjamin to see who will be that 4th driver making it to Homestead. The top 3 drivers of the series this season, Logan, Wade, and Thomas, all with 6 or more wins. These guys have definitely shown that they belong at Homestead, and they're going to fight it out next week. Be sure to tune in live on DRL TV to see who will be your 2019 Dynasty Racing League Cup Series champion. As Jim Westerville comes to complete his second lap, his first lap was a 25.462. Let's see if he improves. And he does not, so currently 7th fastest. As we take a look, Logan looks like he's going to be waiting to set his qualifying time. Let's see who else is on track. John Theodore doing the same. Richard Springer on track. Truck Series regular, making an appearance in the Cup Series. Let's see what kind of lap time he can set as he goes down into turn 3. Coming around off of turn 4, here he is at the line. A 25.8, good enough for 11th, just outside the top 10. As we take a look at David Wright, he's making his first appearance in the Cup Series in a few races. He's normally in the Grand National Series. We'll see him in action tomorrow night here at Phoenix. He's coming around across the start finish line with 50 seconds left in qualifying. 25.688, bumping Springer down. As Wade Hustad has just taken the pole with the 24.978, gonna complete his second lap, see if he improves at all. And he's going to need to, as Logan just bumped him for pole. Looks like Wade Hustad will not be able to do it, and Logan is your pole sitter at this moment. There's still one driver to qualify, and that is Caden Honeycutt with 10 seconds left. He's going to have to hope to be able to make it to that start-finish line. Ooh, he might have touched the wall there. This lap might not count. And it looks like it won't count because of him hitting that wall there. So he'll be starting in the back. So it is the 88 of Logan McAnally starting on the pole this evening. Let's see if we can grab him for an interview. Here he is. Gonna pull him in for this interview. Hey Logan, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, starting off tonight, right, starting on the pole, 157 laps here on the 1 mile track. What's it going to take for you to get the win and have that momentum going into next week at Homestead?
Gotta run smooth and consistent and be there at the end.
Is there any turn that worries you? I know each corner is very different here at Phoenix with it being a flat track. You think any corner is going to give you trouble? Maybe a driver dive bombing you, or just how's the car feel on the track?
It's a little bit tight, but with the track temps right now, it's turning a little bit better than it did in practice. 3 and 4, you can get really dive bombed on the restarts, but 1 and 2, it's pretty tight.
As we all know, this layout is not the up-to-date real-life version where the start-finish line is not where it is in real life. Do you think that plays any benefit to you guys in the sim, being where the start-finish line location is?
I don't know. That restart would be crazy going through 1 and 2, or what would be 3 and 4 coming to the start finish line. So I don't know.
Alright, Logan, well, you guys are rolling off, so we're going to let you go and get focused here. Good luck tonight, and we hope to talk to you at the end of this one.
Thank you, sir. Hope to see y'all at the end.
As we go through the starting order, you see starting 5th is Corey Sherman making his Cup Series debut, and Adam Free right alongside him also in his debut. Bill Edwards 7th, Dustin Jones 8th. 9th is Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Keep an eye on him. He's going to need to run better than Dustin if he's going to advance. As you see Dustin starting right behind him in 11th. As the pace car ducks off, we are underway here at Phoenix. Down in turn 1 they go. Logan with a slight advantage over Wade Houston. We'll see if Wade's able to have that outside momentum. Not going to matter though, as Logan does it way down to the inside, trying to cut the track as best he can. That is legal on this track. You can go all the way down on that dogleg apron. Use as much ground as you can. As Logan's going to lead the first lap here at Phoenix. Wade Houston 2nd. John Theodore, Thomas Harmon battling it out for 3rd. Off for turn 2, down to that dog leg. Once again, you see John Theodore way down to almost hitting that inside wall as he comes back up the track in time for corner 3. Rolling through 4. And back off they go. As Harmon at the line. As you see right behind them, Adam Free in that 29. He made a pass on Corey Sherman, putting him up to the 5th position. Diving through 3 on to 4. The side-by-side battle continues for 3rd between John Theodore and Thomas Harmon with that 68. Single filing and out almost. John Theodore has a bit of an advantage through the corner 3 and 4. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it, as it looks like Harmon's going to have a run on the outside. Almost hitting that outside wall is Thomas Harmon with that 68, as they still do battle through 1 and 2 once again. Gonna go on board with the 29 to battle for 8. Watch this battle from his angle. Looks like John Theodore will clear the 68. We'll see if he does a crossover into 1. He attempted it, but it's not going to pan out, as the 27 is going to have the better run off. Going back to Caden Honeycutt, he had to start way in the back all the way in 16th. He's already up to 8th. Caden Honeycutt missed out on last week's race, so he's here thankfully tonight, and see what he can do. very interesting paint scheme he has on his machine tonight. As he moves to the inside of Bill Edwards, excuse me, of the 75, and he's going to be able to pass him for position. As you see Taylor Benjamin right in front of Dustin Musil, that's where he's going to want to be tonight to ensure his spot into Homestead for the championship. Looks like everybody has single filed out. As we're on board with Dustin Musil chasing down what is his rival tonight, Taylor Benjamin. As he had to let off there, he almost got into that outside wall. Great job by him being able to let off. And not having any issues. Sorry about that noise, ladies and gentlemen. Discord was giving me a little bit of an issue there. But we are still live and working lap 10 of 156 at Phoenix. You see a little battle going on behind them with the 21 of Richard Springer able to pull away from those guys. David Wright and the 87 of Roy Grande making his Cup Series debut in that Talladega nice paint scheme. Let's see if we can take a closer look at that real quick. You see that Cougar on the front and his name Roy on it. That's pretty creative on his end. Right behind him, the 64 of John Mullins, who's going to try to make the pass. Looks like he will be able to do that. That is for the 14th position. Going back to about mid-pack, you see Bill Edwards chasing down the 6th, Corey Sherman. Coming off of turn 4. Looking at lap times, Bill Edwards was about a 10th faster than Corey Sherman, so slowly making up time on the 6th. As he's going to look to the inside, crossing the dog leg. See if he makes a pass attempt. Looks like he will, going through 3. As he's able to keep his nose to his inside, he's going to try to stick it back down the M1. See if Corey has anything for him as they roll through, coming off of turn 2. Looks like he went wide, let him by, so Bill Edwards moving up to the 7th position. As we do a quick check-in on our leader, Logan McAnally, he's now almost a second in front of Wade Hustad. See Wade Hustad right behind him. And then 3rd place, John Thuler having an impressive start to tonight. He started in 3rd, staying in 3rd. As you see, Caden Honeycutt making a pass on Adam Ferree of the 29. Should be able to clear him going down into turn 3. And that'll be for the 5th position. Caden Honeycutt now inside the top 5. A little crossover there by the 29 of Ferree. Oh, they almost made contact into 1. Looks like Honeycutt's able to clear him as they continue to steam fire. tail was able to pull away a little bit from Dustin Musil. About a second gap between the two drivers. So he's putting some pressure on the 6th and Corey Sherman for the 8th position. As you saw there, the harsh transitioning from the angled bankment to the flat dogleg. These guys aren't feeling it like they do in real life, but that transitioning is so rough on a driver, their head bobbles as they go from the bankment to the flat surface. Luckily, these guys don't have to deal with that for 156 laps, but you can just imagine how violently they shake in real life when they do it. See some action going on right in front of them as Bill Edwards is chasing down the 29 of Adam Ferrari. Going to try to make that pass with 6 going down in turn 3. Hitting that outside wall was the 29. See if he's able to do anything down in turn 3. Both drivers about a lane up from that yellow line through 3 and 4. Looks like Bill Edwards had a better run off the corner that time. Going to try it once again, cutting that dog leg. Down in turn 3 they go. And while this battle goes on right behind them, Taylor Britton Benjamin finally making his pass attempt on the 6th and Corey Sherman. Looks like he'll be able to complete it through 1. Through Taylor up to the 8th position now. Bobble there by the 75, that gives Ferrari breathing room. As you see, this group of cars are starting to come together. The 4 of Jim Marshfield, the 21 of Richard Springer. You see the 22 Dustin Musil right behind them. Pass attempt by Richard Springer. He's going to be able to complete it, moving him up to the 10th position, bumping Westfield outside the top 10. As you see, Caden Honeycutt making a pass on Harmon. That'll be for the 4th position. Harmon not going to give it up that easily. Right in front of both of them is John Theodore. You guys certainly see a little bit of damage there on the 37. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. A little crinkle, nothing much. You get a better look at it in the cockpit view. compared to the 68. You can see the damage the 37 has compared to the 68. Bit risen in the front. Going back, you see Bill Edwards chasing down that 29 once again. And we're about halfway through a green flag pit stop cycle, fuel cycle, so these guys should be pitting in about 25 to 40 laps. Edwards working that higher middle line now through 3 and 4. He's going to try an outside pass. Fury almost closed the door on him, but the 75 had his nose there. Fury giving him that space, not squeezing him into that outside wall. These guys are really going at it. Like Edwards got to the inside. We'll see if he's able to stick it through 3 and 4, try to complete that pass. He's driving him up the track a little bit. Coming off of turn 4, it's a drag race to the start finish line. Looks like Bill will be able to clean him off of turn 2. Next battle on track, we see Corey Sherman just got passed by the 43 of David Wright, moving David Wright up to the 11th position. Green flag so far at Phoenix. Logan Maganelli, you a leader over a second, just over a second, to the 32 of Wade Husted. And you see Kenneth Honeycutt in 4th, chasing down the 27 of John Theodore. Coming up on the lap traffic of Roy Grande, he's going to move up out of their way. Very courteous on his end to let these lead lap drivers battle. He knows it's playoff time for them, and he doesn't want to interfere with them at all. Taking a look back at these clump of cars, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Richard Springer battling it out for the 8th position. Springer about a 10th faster than him that time by. A big runoff for turn 2 for the 21. He's going to dive it down and cut that boot through 3. He's going to clear him into 3. Did he overdrive it though? He's way up against the wall. Looks like he might be able to hang on. Yep, Taylor follows in behind him, so Springer up a position. Westerfield might even have an opportunity now to pass the 8. There he goes in 1. David Wright gonna follow right behind him. He's able to clear him. Taylor's doing the best he can just to keep his car clean. He knows all he has to do is finish relatively close to the 22 of Dustin Musil. If he finishes ahead of the 22, he's automatically going to lock himself into Homestead. He has to finish at least within 8 positions of the 22 to advance himself. If Dustin Musil would have win tonight, then it doesn't matter where Taylor would finish. Dustin Musil would automatically advance on that win. As you see, the 37 still chasing down the 27. This is the battle for 3rd. On board with Caden Honeycutt. You see him get a little wiggle there. Oh, big wiggle. He's definitely fighting that car off for turn 2. Going back to 12th place, Corey Sherman. Hunting down the 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Corey Sherman started in the 5th position. He's all the way back to 12th. Closing in on 100 laps to go. Been an all green flag up to this point. The 88 of Logan McAnally is the leader. He's catching up on the lap traffic. Dustin Jones right in front of him with the 64 of John Mullins. As we take a look at that, and it looks like green flag pit stops are beginning. The 32 of Wade Husad has come down to pit, as well as the 27 of John Theodore. multiple drivers. Edwards, Herman also down. We'll be able to see how much faster new tires are for these drivers. The leader last time ran a 26.6. Qualifying was about a second faster than that. As it looks like the 39 will be able to get around the 64 and pass him. You see Logan chasing them down right in front of him. Wiggle there from the 88. He's okay though. Alright, for laps comparison on the new versus old tires, Wade Hustad ran a 24.987 last lap, and Logan McNally ran a 26.632. So about a second and a half faster on the newer tires. And the new leader is the 37 of Caden Honeycutt. A little straight there, you saw by the 37. You see Wade Hustad on those fresher tires chasing him down. He's going to take the lead right here as they work with lap traffic position. As you see Wade Hustad going down in the 3. Logan is in the dogleg now behind him. So you see how much better those fresh tires were and how much of an advantage they were for Wade Hustad. So once the rest of the field pits, Wade Hustad, will be your leader. As you see him really working the lap traffic there. Caden Honeycutt should be coming down the pit shortly. Gonna be 60 laps complete for these guys yet to pit. As you see, 88 gets around him to get back on the lead lap. And caution is out. Oh, the 39 of Dustin Jones in the wall hard. Let's see if we can see what happened. Oh, contact there with the 21, it looks like. Oh yeah, the 21 moved up. I'm not quite sure if he knew he was to his outside or not. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. Going down through turn 2. You see 21 right there to his inside. Coming up from the dog leg. Looks like he just didn't know that he was there. It looks like Springer thought he cleared him through that dog leg and ended up getting into him. As you see, that back end is torn off of his machine. Taking a look at Richard Springer, he has a bit of damage as well. And Wade Hustad decided to come back down to pit. So at the moment, John Mullins is being scored the race leader. He is the only driver who had yet to pit. He's 63 laps on his tires. One would have to assume that he's going to be pitting this time. Looks like he will be, and that will give the lead back to the 88, who's also pitting, so not quite sure who's going to become the leader. We'll find out. Cautions happening during pit cycles always mess with everything, and no one really knows where they are at until it sorts out. Looking at the scoring, it looks like it'll be Caden Honeycutt as the leader. Wade Hustad right behind him in second. As you see, Dustin and Richard, the two drivers involved in that wreck, are still on the pit lane. David Wright's coming in for service. And the lights are out on the pace car. These guys will be double filing up. So Caden Honeycutt will be bringing them to the line for the first restart attempt of tonight. John Mullins will restart third with Logan McNally right behind him. Green flag is out. Great start there by the 37 and the 32. We'll see if Mullins will be able to hang on enough in third. The 88's going to try to get by them as quickly as he can to chase back down the leaders. Very tight coming off of turn 4. Looks like they're going to work the outside of John Mullins to get around him. There goes Theodore, the 88 next in line to get around him. Harmon going to work the outside as well. For the moment. Caden Honeycutt off to a great start, about 3/4 of a second in front of that 32. On the lap 70 they are. Adam Freeze back down pit lane. Let's see if he has any damage to his machine. It does not look like it. Maybe a little in the front, but nothing significant. As we go back to the battle we had going on between the 88 and the 27. Off of 4, John Theodore had the advantage at the line. As you see Richard Springer's slow car moving to the apron to let these guys battle by him. Still side by side, 88 and 27 battling very hard for this position. Looks like the 88 will be able to clear him. We'll see if the 27 tries to cross over. Not going to do so. Logan now clear in third. He's going to have to chase down the 32 away to Houston. Going back a little bit behind them, you see the cluster of the 75, the 8, and the 6. Looking for a nice top 10 for his debut as we take a look at his race stats. Started in 5th, currently 8th. He has a 1483 I rating. Not the highest we have in the Cup Series, but he's definitely competing well enough to show that he could run in the Cup Series come next season. Westerfield, 9th position right now. He had a nice run into the playoffs, so unfortunately got eliminated. But he's still here to make a statement, try to get some momentum going forward into the 2020 season. Closest battle we have on track right now is between these 3 drivers. As you see, Dustin Musil is a lap down right in front of Taylor Benjamin. All three of the drivers running identical lap times, just waiting for one to slip up to try to get an advantage and pass him. At this time, has to take a lot of pressure off of that 8 of Taylor Bridge-Benjamin, knowing that Dustin is a lap down at this time. Doesn't have to worry about where he is on the track. As we take a quick look at the point standings, you see the 88 of Logan McAnally, the 32 of Wade Hestad, and the 68 of Thomas Harmon, all well safe above that cutoff line, 25 plus points. And then you see there Taylor Bridge-Benjamin only +9 above that cutoff line with Dustin Musil, who's side by side with him now on track. Dustin's 9 points behind him. He's going to have to finish at least 9 spots, 10 spots better than the 8 if he's going to advance and make it to Homestead. Like the sun is being covered by clouds right now. The track got very dark. The temperatures are going to cool down a little bit. Going to make these cars handle differently with the sun not being out. Dealing with the lap car, Bridge-Benjamin's able to pull away a little bit from the 6 of Corey Sherman. Give himself a little breathing room. Checking in on the race leader, Kanan Honeycutt. He has about 0.8 of a second lead over Wade Hustad. That time by, Wade Hustad was 1/10 faster than him, so he's chipping in to that lead a little bit. And you see right behind him, pole sitter Logan McAnally in that 3rd position. Logan continually trying to close in on the 32. Go back to this battle, we see the 6 trying to chase down the 8, and we also have the 43 David Wright entering the mix up to the 9th position. Nothing much in the way of close battles going on. We're focused on the closest thing we got going on. Everyone's pretty spread out for the most part. We are 35 laps on these on this green flag run, excuse me. So pit stop should be coming within another 20 to 35 laps. With 60 laps to go, this should be the final green flag stop we have. David Wright looking to the inside. He is a little bit faster than the 6 of Corey Sherman. He's going to have to hope the 6 can bobble and try to get to his inside. And Jim Westfield is down pit. As you see John Theodore 4th place with Thomas Herman, who is actually in 10th, a lap down. John Mullins down to pit, Butcher Benjamin down to pit. We'll see if Caden Honeycutt decides to pit this time, but it looks like he does not. None of the top 3 drivers are. Bill Edwards is now down to pit. Going to be coming up to 50 laps to go when they cross the line next time. As you see the guys who just pit now passing those that are still out. The 88 has a train, the 64, the 8, and the 4 are all going to try to pass him. That's going to interrupt his progress to catch in the back of the 32. Seeing how much of a difference it made to pit early during that last green flag run, I think the 88's best chance is to pit before the 37 and the 32 and try to get that lead throughout the green flag cycle, excuse me, as he is pitting this time. And you actually see a lot of damage to that right front quarter panel of his. And you see drivers starting to pass the leader, get their laps back after pitting. And Wade Husted has really closed the gap on the 37 with all that lap traffic. Wade Husted down to pit, as well as John Theodore. That leaves the 37 of Kanan Hunniker as the only driver yet to pit. And 37 has finally pitted. That should give the lead up to what would be Thomas Harmon, who has yet to pit. 49 laps on his tires. As we're about to go 3 wide through clean 4. Slow car, the 39 to the outside. Everything's able to work out. And the 88 actually squeezes by the 68 to take that lead. So Logan McNally now in the lead. Logan has a huge lead advantage over the drivers. Thomas Harmon still has yet to pit. Next would be the 32 who's about to pass him. They're about 2 seconds behind the 88. Wade Husted is going to have to make up 2 seconds if this thing goes green to try to win. And then you see there Kaden Hunniker, who was the leader when the green flag cycle began. He has 5 laps newer tires than Logan. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. We'll have to wait and see. Caution will throw a wrench into the whole plan. It's going to be very interesting to see if the 37 is able to catch up and pass both the 32 and the 88. Able to clear that lap traffic. Now he has his eyes set on the 32 Wade Husted. 4 seconds off from the leader is Caden Honeycutt with less than 40 laps to go. Battle going on here between the 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, the 64 of John Mullins, and the 4 of Jim Westfield. This is all for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Through 3 and 4 they go. Butcher Benjamin able to pass John Mullins for 7th. Jim Westfield doing the same for 8th. As the 22 has come down to pit. Taking a peek at Caden Honeycutt. He's now right behind the 32 of Wade Husted. You see just in front of both of them, the 88 of Logan McNally, the leader. The laps are winding down. It's about to be 31 to go. Will that be enough time for one of these drivers to pass the 88? As time by, both drivers were 2/10 faster than Logan. Logan has some lap traffic up in front of him to deal with. Both drivers able to get around that 64 John Mullins. You can see that gap to the leader is greatly closed. It's going to be a 3-car battle for the remaining 25 laps. All three drivers nose to tail. Thomas Herman will come down to pit for his final stop of the night. To the inside goes Wade Hustad. Caden Honeycutt to follow. They almost touched, 3 wide off the corner. Logan able to hang on to the lead for the meantime. Caden Honeycutt going to try dive down to the inside of Wade Hustad. Going to try to take second away. Lap car, Taylor Blitz, right in front of these 3 drivers. 3 wide off of turn 4 they go. Logan gets passed by both drivers in one corner. Down into turn 1, Wade Hustad pushed the block on with 37, Caden Honeycutt. Oh, and in the wall goes Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Evasive maneuver goes Wade Hustad. That's going to open the door for Honeycutt to get around him. Bad luck there for the 32, Wade Hustad. And into the wall goes the 32. Looks like he's able to keep it off the inside wall. We stay green. These guys are going to need a caution at this point. Honeycutt's off to over a second advantage over these 2 drivers in just a matter of a couple laps. Going on board with Logan, we see that significant right side damage has to be playing a factor. Take a closer look at that damage. You see that right side is all jacked up as the 68 goes to his inside. That is not for position. Harmon is a lap down. Less than 20 laps to go, and we see the 64 Sherman is catching up to the 64 John Mullins. He's going to try to take that 9th position away. Dustin Jones in the 39 has come down to pit. To the inside, Sherman going to make the pass on John Mullins if he's able to make it stick. Drifting up the track, they make contact, 64 into the wall. Able to keep it straight, but a lot of damage to his machine. You can see that right side really crinkled up. Let's see if we can take a look at that. Down in turn 1, you see the 6 just overdrives it. He steps on the gas but ends up into the 64 who gets pushed into the wall. John Mullins is now since pitted. Going back, we see the 88 falling slightly behind the 32 of Wade Hustad, but it's all been Caden Honeycutt over his second lead. A little over 10 laps to go for Caden Honeycutt to secure another victory this season. And with this currently 6th place Taylor Butcher Benjamin, he just needs to finish this out and he will have locked himself into Homestead next week. A driver without a win this season will be most likely the underdog to try to win the championship next week if he can finish ahead of the other 3 drivers in contention. Going to be 10 laps to go when Caden crosses the start-finish line. A 2-second advantage over the 32 of Wade Hustad. No traffic in front of the 37. He has an open track ahead of him to get these laps down. The only thing he doesn't want to see is that yellow flag. John Mullins has pulled it into the garage for the evening after that damage he received. Only 5 drivers are currently on the lead lap. We've had an extensive green flag run. Only 1 caution tonight. It's going to be 5 laps to go for Caden Honeycutt. Almost making contact with the wall. The 37 is going to need to be careful. Doesn't really need to push it. He has a 2-second advantage. Post race, we're going to talk to the top 3 finishers as well as the 4 drivers who will be fighting for that championship next week at Homestead, so stay tuned for those post race interviews. Oh, into the wall goes the 37. He's able to hang on to it. His heart definitely skipped a beat there, that's for sure. See if you can see that real quick one more time. Going into the cockpit view. Right into the outside wall he went. Able to maintain it though. 2 laps to go. One more time around for Caden Honeycutt to secure his victory here at Phoenix. Going through 3, coming off of turn 4, Caden Honeycutt is going to win Dynasty Racing League Phoenix 156. So he does a little celebratory drift through 1 and 2. We're gonna interview him in a second as he celebrates and burns it down. You see the other 2 top 3 finishers, Wade Husted, Logan McAnally, they're celebrating. They're going to Homestead for a shot at the 2019 championship, as well as the 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Bit of rough housing going on. We'll see if we can pull him in real quick for his interview. Hey, Caden, this is Broadcast Booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you started all the way back in 16th after failing to post a qualifying time. It looked like you hit the wall on your qualifying attempt, setting you way back there in the start. And then on the last green flag cycle, you were one of the last ones to pit, and it looked like that might have cost you, but you ended up gaining on both Logan and Wade and able to pass them both. On that pass, you had the lap crowd, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who really played a factor into you being able to pass him so quickly. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, like I said, I messed up in qualifying. Obviously, put me in the back, and the first green flag run, they were already pulled away from me. So I knew if I needed a caution, and we ended up getting one, and all those people got trapped a lap down. And then I really actually thought because Logan was about 5 seconds ahead of me, and I thought, well, my tires are just. I think he only has 2 lap worse tires, so I don't think I could catch him. And then all of a sudden, me and Wade just slowly reeled him in, and we ended up passing Logan. We went 3 wide a couple of times. That was fun. But yeah, it was a very fun race. I think I could have passed Wade if maybe Taylor, even if the lap car wasn't in that position that he was in. That was kind of a tough spot for him because it was just bad timing. All it was. I wouldn't blame anything on him. It was just hard racing and just a part of that. But yeah, it was just a really fun race. We enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the green flag runs. We didn't get much of that this week in official races, and we'll just have to go on Homestead, race with them again, and have some fun. And we'll hopefully not play a factor in the championship for. So yeah, we'll just go on the next week and see where it takes us.
Yeah, like you said, great green flag run. It's only 1 caution tonight, and you're able to pick up your 6th win on the season. How does that feel?
It's good. Last year, I know I didn't get it. I only got like 1 or 2 wins, and that was with the package I actually liked. And this one, I'm not that much of a fan of it, but we ended up getting more wins this season. I think if I would have raced a little more last year, we probably could have won probably about more races than I did this season. But it's all good. But yeah, 6 wins definitely feels good. Definitely not a playoff driver, so that kind of stings. But it's all right. We'll just go on and hopefully race again here next year with the old car.
Yeah, you're now the 4th driver to get 6 or more wins this season. If you had run the full season, you more than likely would have been one of those drivers fighting for the championship. Do you think we'll be able to see you fighting for the championship for the 2020 season?
Yeah. I think part of this year, the problem was just me being busy and just not being able to do the races, unfortunately. But yeah, it's how life goes. But yeah, I'll definitely run it for next season. Hopefully, we run a different type of car. I think we're probably thinking about running the old car, which would be really nice. But run this car on the plate tracks because it's a lot more suck up and a lot more fun racing than the old one is. So yeah, we'll just come back next year and go back next week to Homestead and hopefully probably help Wade and Logan out and just help them out as much as I can at Homestead and see if they can bring home a championship.
Absolutely. Wade Hughes looking for his 2nd championship. He's going to defend it next week at Homestead. We're going to wrap it up here with the interview, but do you have anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Thank you, James, for doing the broadcast tonight. Really appreciate you, and thank you for everyone that tuned in and watched. Hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did. Certainly, the Green 3-wide racing was awesome. Thanks, Wade and Logan and all the guys and Thomas for letting me hang out with them tonight. And we'll see everybody next week. And let's see who wins the championship.
Absolutely. Congratulations once again on your win, Caden. It was a great race to watch, and we look forward to seeing you at Homestead.
Yes, sir. Take care.
That was your race winner, Caden Hunnicutt. Let's see if we can pull in 2nd place Wade Hustad as he got hit there by the winner, teammate Caden Hunnicutt. Let's see if we can snag Wade Hustad real quick. Hey, Wade Hustad, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, your car's a little more beat up than it was at the end of this one, but you're gonna defend your championship next week at Homestead. How does that sound?
We're okay with that. It's been, tough couple weeks, but we're looking forward to race it out this one last time and see who ends up on top.
Well, 2nd place here tonight. Looked like you and Logan had a shot at it, but then Honeycutt came after pitting, one of the last drivers to pit. He just came out of nowhere and was able to pass you both. A little scary incident there with the 8 of Taylor Butchie Benjamin. Can you walk us through what happened there?
Yeah, what ended up happening is I think Taylor got into the wall. It was nothing that was intentional. So with that being said, I got no problem with that. We're racing it out. I think we would have had something for him if TBB would have been high or off that wall. I had to lift just enough to give Caden that edge going into 3, and I knew it was over at that point in time. I think he had a lap or 2 fresh tires compared to us. So just kind of ride it out, get to the end, and we got to focus on next week. It's the last bang of the year, and it's going to be a fun shootout between me, Logan, Tom, and Taylor. So we'll see what happens, and we hope to get a lot of those drivers from the Truck Series and Grand National in that one as well. Regardless of the implications with the top 4, it'd be nice to get a field of 25, 30 drivers just to go out with a bang for DRL.
It absolutely would, and based on the three of the 4 drivers in the championship all have 6 wins or more, so more than likely you're going to have to win next week to be named the champion. I know you're definitely capable of it. Before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, I just wanted to say congrats to Caden for the win tonight. He drove the snot out of that car, and it was actually really fun racing with Caden, and I want to throw it out to Logan, too, going damn near 3 wide twice. Racing for that lead. So that was a lot of fun. But overall, thank S2R, Fatal Concepts, for the schemes he puts together for anybody in iRacing. So that's what I got.
Alrighty, Wade. Congrats on your 2nd place. Congrats on making it to the championship 4 once again. And good luck defending your title. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
You got it, man. It's going to be a fun one.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Good night.
That was Wade Hustad, 2nd place finisher tonight. Let's see if we can pull in Logan and see what he has to say. Started on the pole tonight, had a fast machine throughout the race. Hey Logan, this broadcast booth, you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Logan, you started on the pole, and it looked like you had a great shot at winning it. You had about a 4-second lead over Wade and Caden. What exactly happened there? You lost a lot of ground on them in a short amount of time.
Well, I short pitted because I thought I was going to be able to gain a lot of time on them, and then they pitted like 5 laps after me, and I knew it was going to be done after that because of the amount of laps we had left.
Well, even though you didn't get the win, you do advance yourself next week for the championship. You're going to battle it out between Wade Husted, Thomas Harmon, and Taylor Butch Benjamin. All three of you guys, multiple wins this season. Looking forward to possibly earning your first championship.
Yes, this will be my first championship. Looks like we got a good amount of momentum going into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Third place finish is definitely a great way to start. Looking forward to next week at Miami. It is a highline racetrack. Not a whole lot of tracks resemble that. You're going to need a lot of practice next week. Do you feel pretty confident riding along that wall?
Whew, riding around the wall is never fun for me because I always seem to get into it.
All right, Logan, we're going to wrap up the interview and continue. Sorry about that noise. We got a couple more drivers I'd like to get a few words with. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, nationwide family. Shout out to Caden. He's a hell of a race car driver. Shout out to Wade and Thomas and Bill and all them for having me around.
Alrighty, Logan, congratulations on a top 3 finish, and good luck next week fighting for the 2019 championship.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice night.
You too. And then moving on to Thomas Harmon, the third driver competing for the championship next week. Let's see if we can pull him in real quick. Hey, Thomas Harmon, this is broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, not the finish you were probably hoping for tonight, but you are advancing to Homestead next week. What was it tonight that you didn't quite have that, the normal top 5 run that we normally see out of you?
The caution, it just come at a bad time. I was trapped the second car, lap down, and John Theodore got the lucky dog, which would have put me first car lap down. I was banking on another caution because I got the wall a little bit earlier in that long green run and got a little bit of right front damage, so I figured I'd come down and fix it. Did that and just never got another caution to get me back on the lead lap.
Yeah, only one caution tonight. Was that something you were surprised to see? We know in the spring we had a few more cautions than normal, but overall a pretty clean race by everybody.
Yeah, I was expecting 1, maybe 2 more cautions than what we had, but it just didn't fall our way, and still got a top 10 out of it though. Had top 5 speed, top 4 speed, but it is what it is. Good confidence considering the speed that I had going into next week, and hopefully make it exciting and be around for the.
Absolutely, going to be fighting for that championship at Homestead. How do you feel going in? How do you feel being so close to that wall? We spoke to Logan. He said he said it wasn't always fun to be doing that. How do you feel about it?
Thankfully, Homestead is a multi-groove track, and we'll be able to use multiple lines to get around there. Avoid that wall of air that at the back of every car to some extent, but it'll be fun. Look forward to squaring up against these guys next week. And while they're going to hate it, I'm kind of hoping for a green white checker and make it a really exciting finish.
Yeah, that would be something. And we know you just missed out on fighting for that championship last season, so this is definitely redemption for you, and hopefully you'll be able to go out on top. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it for all the fans to watch. All the fans for watching. All the DRL and all the admins putting on the league, allowing us to come out every week. S2R for putting together a strong team this season. And Brad for being on the front of the car. And for Brian for spotting me this week.
All right, Thomas, congratulations on making it as one of the 4 drivers competing for the 2019 championship. We look forward to seeing you next week, and congrats on all your success this season, and we'll talk to you then.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too. And then last but not least, let's see if we can pull in who we can all call the underdog for the championship title race next week. If we can find him in Discord, here we go.
Dang it.
Hey, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, this is broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, sir, you're definitely going to be the underdog next week at Homestead. The only driver.
Heard you saying that.
The only driver without a win. How do you feel going into Homestead, knowing that you're the more than likely the underdog?
I'm okay with that. I mean, I was just teasing you, but yeah, that's fine with me. I mean, be honest, if you think about it, I mean, if you're the underdog and you don't really have that much pressure on you, I mean, trust me, I want to win this championship more than, I mean, as much as the other 3 do, but they're definitely leaps and bounds ahead of me as far as overall speed. So I just, if it happens, great, and if it doesn't, then big deal. I mean, I'm just happy to be there at that point. It's been a really solid season, me getting used to the Cup car. I mean, I don't know if the new package has benefited me that much or not, but been able to just take it all in stride, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to have enough points for the last few rounds to make it to Homestead, so I'm ready to take my shot at it.
Absolutely. And we saw in the Truck Series last season, Robbie Armstrong was able to win that championship, and he didn't have a win in the season, so anything is possible. You definitely turned it up in the playoffs since the playoffs began. Another solid finish for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I just, for some reason, just lacked long-run speed, and I just kept burning the right front after like 30 or 40 laps, and that's what was costing me a lot. I mean, another couple laps or so, I might have gotten passed by Jim, and I know David was coming pretty hard behind me too. But I mean it's all good, because I mean, I knew the goal going into the night was just finish 9 spots ahead of Dustin Musil, and if I got that backwards. Dustin Musil had to finish 9 spots ahead of me in order to overtake me. So all I knew was if I finish in front of him, then I'm good either way. So I would have liked to finish in the top 5, maybe get a late caution for take my shot at that. But I'm good, content with tonight, and excited for next week.
Absolutely. Gonna have a whole week to practice. I'm sure everybody will be practicing, but well, looking forward to seeing you next week, seeing if you'll be able to pull out the underdog story and win that championship. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give out before we let you go?
Definitely the guys over at Dysfunctional Patriots. I know some have kind of stepped away from racing this league, but and certainly wish them the best for whatever they get themselves into. But we still got a few more on board, and still got a couple more that are still eligible for the truck championship as well. Richard Springer over there, so definitely hoping he can get a good run Thursday and see what he can do, or Wednesday rather, and see what he can do next week. Of course, thanks to everybody else involved with the league. S2R guys for giving me something to they know they've got me beat as far as overall speed. It gives me something to really push towards. And thanks to you, James, for doing the broadcast, and everybody else behind the scenes, graphics, technical support. And glad to represent DPR in the Final Four, and I'm gonna definitely send it.
Absolutely, and for those of you watching, be sure to tune in Wednesday night as Taylor and I will be broadcasting the Truck Series race here at Phoenix. It's going to be one to watch, and it's going to be interesting to see who those Final Four drivers will be in the Truck Series.
Oh, it sure will. Yeah, I'm excited for that one too.
Alrighty, Taylor, congratulations on making it to the Final Four at Homestead next week. We look forward to seeing you race and hopefully be able to pull away with the championship.
All right, thanks, man. I'm gonna certainly do what I can. I'll see you Wednesday.
Alrighty, have a good one.
You too.
And that was the 4 drivers competing next week for the championship. Taking a look at the point standings as soon as it can load up. Unfortunately, looks like my app has frozen up on me. That's very unfortunate. We're going to wrap up the broadcast now then, because I can't get it unfrozen. My apologies for the difficulty, ladies and gentlemen. But tonight's winner was Caden Honeycutt. Wade Hustad, Logan McNally, Thomas Harmon, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin will be competing next week for the 2019 Dynasty Racing League Cup Series Championship. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.